My husband gave me everything: his time, his affection, his complete devotion, and it absolutely killed our relationship. We became like roommates. The harder he tried to please me, the less I cared. It wasn't until he finally put himself first that I started wanting and craving him in a way that I hadn't before. That one radical shift saved our marriage. And if you're giving too much in love and getting nothing back, you need to hear this. My husband Andrew and I didn't always have the deeply connected, thriving relationship that we share today. In the early days of our relationship, we were stuck in an unbalanced dynamic that slowly drained the spark, leaving us both feeling unfulfilled and disconnected. Andrew, wanting to feel loved and appreciated, he tried so hard to make things work. He initiated most of our quality time together, planning date nights, initiating sex, and our deeper conversations. He handled most of our household responsibilities, our finances, and even our business. He went out of his way to show me that I was his top priority, often suppressing his own needs and desires without asking for much in return. He rarely spoke up when something bothered him, avoiding conflict to keep things good between us. Andrew, he truly believed that whatever disconnection he sensed between us could be fixed by just loving me harder and giving me more. He hoped that by treating me exactly how he wanted to be treated, I'd naturally reciprocate. But his endless giving, it did not draw me closer. It actually pushed me away. Instead of appreciating him more, I began taking him for granted. I stopped seeing him as an equal partner, someone to respect, and I started seeing him as someone who'd always be there for me no matter what. And the harder Andrew tried to connect, the less effort I put in. Andrew felt completely unseen, and I felt completely turned off, not because of how he looked, but because of how he was showing up. Andrew had fallen into what I call caregiver energy. He gave and gave and gave, tying his self worth to being of service to others. And what neither of us realized at the time was how our energy was reacting with each other's and how that shaped the dynamic between us. You see, in caregiver energy, Andrew needed to feel needed by me, which caused him to put me on a pedestal and overgive. And in turn, this caused me to take him for granted and show up less as an equal partner. Do you see how this creates an imbalance? Our energy fed off each other's in a toxic loop, reinforcing the worst parts of both of us. And the more disconnected we became, the harder Andrew tried to fix it, keeping us in this endless push and pull cycle. Eventually, intimacy faded completely, and we felt more like roommates than husbands. You see, this is typically what happens in relationships when one partner is in the caregiving energy. The disconnection you're feeling from your partner is actually them losing respect for your own lack of self respect. And when I didn't see him valuing or respecting himself enough to set healthy boundaries, I started losing respect for him too. What Andrew didn't know at the time is if he were to hold stronger boundaries, communicate his needs with more assertiveness, and not allow me to take advantage, I would have shown up as more of an equal partner. But instead, when he didn't see me reciprocating his generosity, he began feeling unappreciated, burnt out, and resentful. Energy like this cannot sustain a healthy relationship. The spark that was once there was gone. And no matter how much time we spent together or how hard we tried to communicate, nothing seemed to fix it. The turning point came when Andrew decided that he couldn't live like this anymore. But instead of running away from our relationship and recreating this dynamic all over again with another person, or giving up on love entirely, he knew it was up to him to face, uncover, and resolve what was fueling his caregiver energy. The shift wasn't easy. Andrew had to confront why he was putting my needs above his own and ignoring what he truly wanted. He had to learn how to start prioritizing himself, set healthy boundaries, and stand by them even when it felt uncomfortable. And as a result, his energy shifted. And that's when everything began to change. Instead of anxiously initiating time together or waiting around for my attention, he started prioritizing himself, spending time alone, doing things he enjoyed without needing my approval. He stopped suppressing his needs and started clearly communicating what he wanted, even if it was uncomfortable or led to disagreement. When I was dismissive or short with him, he didn't just brush it off. He spoke up for himself, saying, "I'm not available to be talked to like that." He stopped rearranging his life around me and started focusing on his own happiness instead of waiting for me to reciprocate. And suddenly, I couldn't ignore him or take him for granted anymore. When I saw him thriving independently, meeting his own needs instead of relying on me, it completely changed how I saw him. I knew the selfish and dismissive behaviors that I had gotten away with in the past would no longer be tolerated. This is what leads to actual change in the relationship dynamic. When the person you want to connect with can actually see you meeting your own needs instead of trying to get him to meet them for you. This was Andrew stepping into what we call king energy, grounded, confident, and unapologetically clear about his worth. And it was sexy as fuck. For the first time, I felt genuinely excited to pursue him, craving and wanting him in a way that I never had before. And I knew that I had a choice: meet Andrew at this new higher energetic level, or stay stuck in my old ways and continue repeating the same toxic dynamic with someone else. Because that's how energetic attraction works. Unless you break the patterns within yourself, you keep attracting people who match your current energy, recreating the same dynamic over and over again. And that's when I chose to do the deep inner work, to uncover and heal the beliefs and patterns that kept me stuck in taker energy. I stepped into my own growth, my own strength, and for the first time, I began showing up as an equal partner. And since then, our relationship has been unrecognizable in the best possible way. That suffocating needing energy that once drained our relationship has been replaced by an intoxicating wanting to be together. We don't just love each other, we respect and admire each other. And now, the spark we share today is magnetic. It's even hotter than it was in the beginning. Our connection feels alive, passionate, and deeply fulfilling because it's built on trust, mutual respect, and desire. Our sex life has never been better because we're not just coexisting or meeting surface level needs anymore. We're showing up as whole, independent partners who get to choose each other every day. Here's what I've learned and what I want you to know: the energy you bring into a relationship shapes how your partner shows up for you. When you give from a place of needing to feel needed, you attract partners who take you for granted. But when you show up with security and high self worth, you attract partners who value and respect you. If you're someone who tends to fall into caregiver energy, that overgiving, sacrificing your needs, and hoping the effort will bring you closer, I want you to know there is a better way. The key isn't to give more or try harder. The key is to reconnect with your worth and start giving from a place of fullness, not lack. Until you do, your overgiving nature will keep attracting the taker energy in others, and you'll continuously find yourself in these codependent patterns. But when you step into a higher energetic frequency, you invite others to meet you there, just like Andrew did with me. This isn't just something we've lived through, it's the foundation of everything that we now teach. As two gay men who've both played out opposite ends of the dynamic, one overgiving to be loved, the other withdrawing and taking love for granted, we've done the deep work to break those codependent patterns and create a partnership rooted in mutual respect, desire, and emotional safety. And now, through our energetic attraction framework, we help other gay men do the same. Over the past 7.5 years, we've supported hundreds of gay men in breaking free from codependent patterns, rebalancing their energetic dynamic in their relationships, and creating the kind of love they've always longed for. Together, we uncover the hidden patterns and unconscious behaviors that keep you stuck in one sided dynamics and guide you to embody the confidence, clarity, and energetic presence that draws your partner in instead of pushing him away. When you do this work, you stop feeling unappreciated or taken for granted, and you start building relationships grounded in mutual respect, trust, and desire. You deserve a love where the spark doesn't just survive, it thrives. And it begins by taking responsibility for the unconscious ways you've been contributing to the disconnect and imbalance dynamic that is causing you to feel unwanted, unappreciated, and taken for granted. If you're tired of giving so much in love and getting so little back, this is your wake up call. If what I shared today resonates with you, drop a love down in the comments or send us a direct message right now. Let's talk about how you can create a relationship where you're deeply valued, fully seen, and fiercely desired. A love built on mutual respect, real connection, and passion. You deserve nothing less. And it starts with choosing yourself and taking action today.